Alright, what's up, gang? I don't know how to do intros, and today I'm going to be making a tier list on the Rainbow Six Siege maps. Now, I am maybe the most casual player you'll ever meet, if I could speak. So yeah, I'm gonna have a very different opinion than most people. Just like with my operator tier list. If you want to go watch that, that would be sweet. And I am kind of recording this on a phone, so it's gonna be a little bit scuffed. I don't have a big old PC to do all this stuff on, so it's going to be a lot of scrolling. Just a lot of not wanted stuff, but this is the best I can do. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Starting off with Bank. This is already going to be hard, dude. I thought the operator tier list was hard. This is going to be really hard. Bank, I'm going to put it at a solid... I'm going to put Bank at a solid B tier because there's a lot of things I like about Bank, but there's some stuff that I don't really like. I mean, for starters, when's the last time somebody hasn't run Vigil on Bank and just waited in the main lobby for you? Second of all, there's a lot of unused areas in the map that I think would be great for sites that just kind of don't have a purpose. When you spawn like in the back alley place, pretty much anywhere you go inside from there, there's a little bit of area around you that's kind of unused and feels unnecessary. Like there's that big old balcony. And, there's that one little server room, but I mean, nobody really uses it, to my knowledge. There's just a lot of unused area that I think could be used for more. I think they need to do kind of like what they did with Border and just kind of edit it a little bit. Don't really fully rework it, just kind of make it better in ways that everybody can, agree on. And yeah, I'll always remember the enemy team, all 5 of them, doing a run out, and we all spawned on the street and they ran out to the other side, and it was like, I think it might be the first mission in Modern Warfare 3. We're fighting on the streets. It reminded me exactly of that. It was super duper fun. Me and my friends made up an entire game mode just off of that one experience. So yeah, there's some good stuff that comes with Bank. I'm gonna put it at B, but it's not quite A or S. It's pretty close to A, but there's just a lot of unused space in that map. But it is a pretty small map, so you're gonna be using most of it. It's just the parts that aren't used are a little bit annoying. Clubhouse. Unpopular opinion, I'm not a fan of Clubhouse. I think I like it as a small map, and I think the garage area is pretty fun to fight in. The garage, and the basement's pretty cool too, having that little compact area. That still takes a lot of skill to maneuver around and stuff, but it's just upstairs, it's just so small that all the fights feel the exact same, right? Garage is cool because there's a bunch of different ways the enemies can enter, and it kind of forces you to play that one spot instead of normal Bank where you're just playing the entire map because it's so small, right? I love playing in Garage because you kind of have to stay there because there's so many ways they can enter into sight, and you're kind of tucked away from the rest of the map. But I mean, other than that, it's just spawn peaks, and it's just constantly not fun. It's consistently, I should say, it's consistently not that fun. So I'm gonna put it at D. Unpopular opinion, but it's more fun to play on Attack in my opinion, which is one of the only maps that I can say that. So I guess that is a plus. But yeah, next we're gonna move on to Oregon. Oregon has really grown on me. I think back in December or so, I just made one of these for fun. I didn't really make a video on it, and yeah, I had this. I think I had Oregon D or E, and I was like, man, the map sucks, but it's really grown on me as such a medium-sized map. And although it does have a lot of unused space, it works. The unused space works with the map, so you end up, when it comes time to use it, it works out really well for your strategies and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I've just played a lot more Oregon, and I've started to realize that it's a fairly small map and it works, right? It's only got 2 stories and a basement. Basement site doesn't really get played all that much, but it's super fun to play basement site. There's a lot of ways to get into the map, but you just kind of feel the entire time you have to be careful. When you're walking around the map, you have to be looking around every corner, and I really like that. It's a cool stealthy feel almost. Me and my friends like to run strats on it, which is just full-on military operators, rushing in, and it's really fun to play. So I'm gonna put it at A. I would have had these two switched. So no, I would have had Bank up here, and I would have Oregon down there. But now I'm definitely gonna put Oregon at A. Really nice map, really fun to play on. There's a lot of cool operators, a lot of cool places that you can put pretty much any utility on both sides. And on that map, mind my grammar, but yeah, I really like Oregon. Border, I'm only talking about the reworked maps, by the way. Border is gonna be a solid C tier. Very middle of the road. It's a smaller map, but not like too small. It's not like a medium-sized map, but like it's close. Yeah, Border's fun, but it's a lot more competitive because there's so many places you have to reinforce. I will say it's really fun to play that one site downstairs. I don't know very many site names. I don't care about that. I just play the game. But yeah, I should say I don't know a bunch of the site names that I play. It seems like all the sites that I play I don't know, but all the sites that I don't play I know full well. But yeah, pretty much Border is like you gotta reinforce everything in the room, and especially in that one site, which I was talking about, I actually like, which is kind of by the main entrance almost, like right by the stairway. It's like a server room. I think it might be called server room actually. That site's really fun to play, even though you can't reinforce everything. It's really fun to play. I always run like shields and shotguns on that map. Just hide behind a shield and pop out. It actually takes a lot of strategy, but the rest of the map is just it's fun, but it's just meh. Chalet. Ooh, I like Chalet. I'm gonna put Chalet at A with Oregon. Well, I'm gonna go A. I'm gonna stick with A. Definitely not S, but I'm gonna stick with A. Low A. Because the thing about Chalet is I love the modern vibe to it. Like I like the aesthetics. I'm into architecture, so I really like the architecture they use in the map. But that's just looks. That kind of gives me a more positive attitude about it. If I could talk, I'm talking really fast. I apologize. But yeah, name a site on that map that isn't fun to play. Well, okay, I should say this. The site that isn't fun to play is that upstairs site that's... I think it might be secure area only, but I'm not sure. It's got like a closet that connects that room. It's right on the top of the staircase. Yeah, there's like a closet that connects. It's on top of both staircases actually, and it has a closet that connects to the room. I don't know what it's called per usual, but that one is not very fun to play in my opinion, just because it's so tiny, but it doesn't fit really where it is. But I mean, other than that, at least it's a unique side to play because you have to worry about both staircases. But I mean, other than that, think about a site that's not fun to play, right? You have basement, which like the basement sites, either one really. You either spend the entire time watching stairs and trying to keep either trying to open the garage or trying to keep the garage, like the garage door, reinforced and stuff, and bandit tricking and stuff. Except that doesn't always happen, right? And so when that doesn't happen, it's actually more fun in my opinion, because it's really fun to have that rush of like trying to keep it secure and stuff. But when they actually start coming in from like above and stuff is actually when it's the most fun in my opinion. I kind of feel like I'm not using proper English at all, but I don't care. Coastline. Ooh, Coastline is, I'll just rank them like this, like as close to C means like the higher up, you know what I'm saying? I'll just rank them like I'll put them like this, like Coastline is high C, meaning like it's closer to the C, meaning it's high C. I'll rank them like that. So Coastline, yeah, it's a little bit above Border. It's like right above Border, because the thing about Coastline is it kind of has the same thing as where you have to continuously reinforce a lot of the sites. It's not as bad as Border, but the thing about Coastline is it's a map that is really good for competitive in my opinion. Like there's a lot of roaming on the map. There's just a lot of potential for spawn kills and spawn peaks and runouts and stuff. But it's fun to play, but the glaring issue is that it's really sweaty. Like when I'm playing the map, I feel like everybody's trying as hard as they possibly can. It's like I understand, I see it in play a ton in like competitive and stuff, but this isn't competitive. I'm playing quick match, and I don't really play ranked, to be honest. So, quick match and unranked, people are just grinding their minds out, and it's like, dude, you don't gotta sweat so hard. Like, just have fun, and that kind of ruins a lot of the map for me. But other than that, it's pretty fun, especially the kitchen site. I'm pretty sure it is the kitchen and the bathroom. That one's really fun to play. Consulate. I'm gonna put it high B. I'm gonna put it high B because I don't like playing the upstairs. The upstairs is hard to maneuver. In my opinion, the upstairs, it's just missing a lot. Like, it has everything it needs, but it's just, there could be more. Right, like, I feel like they need to add maybe, like, an extra room to get, I don't know, like, to get from the stairs. Maybe add, like, a room that goes directly from the stairs into the, like, console room or whatever. Like, the office cubicle room. See, I don't know my sites at all, I'm sorry, but... See, like, the upstairs is very fun to play. The main floor is pretty fun to play, especially when you go, like, the front lobby place. Not the one with, like, the giant, like, circular desk, but the one with, like, the one with all the hatches, you know what I'm saying? There's one with 2 hatches with, like, bathrooms next to it, and then there's one that's, like, I don't know if it would be the front of the building, but I just call it the front lobby. Or just the lobby, I guess, but that one's pretty fun to play. The basement is really, really fun to play. I've noticed Warden is actually kind of useful there, which is the first time I've ever seen that in my life, but Favelas F, I don't know if I have to explain this one. The entire map feels like a maze, except it's tiny, so it feels like you're just trapped in this tiny little maze that's like 2 or 3 houses. What is it, like 3 or 4 stories? It just doesn't feel like a map, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like it just blends in with the surroundings. You don't really know where to go. There's not really many places to go, but you still manage to get, like, lost. I just don't like it in general. Fortress has grown on me. I'm gonna put Fortress at D. You know, about a month ago, I would have had it at F, but I played it quite a bit for a little while. And it kind of grew on me. That one site that's, like... I don't know what you'd call it. It's like the big hexagonal room almost. That site, like that one's pretty cool. Playing on the roof is kind of cool because there's a couple different ways you can get into the map from the roof with like staircases, and it's kind of fun to do that. There's the one room with like the meeting table and stuff. That room, that site's really fun to play. It's just there's a couple fun sites to play. Oh, I'm forgetting kitchen. The kitchen site with like the little dining room, that is one of my favorite sites in all of the game. It's really, really fun to play. Really cool to pull off clutches on either side, attacking or defending. Yeah, it's just got a lot of cool sites. It's just, in terms of like playability outside of the sites, is not that good, right? Like, coming down those staircases from the top's fun. Playing those couple sites is fun, but like, I don't know, it just feels like there's these like hallways that you can just see to the other side of the map, and people can just look down and be like, oh, well, there you are on the complete other side of the map, let me snipe you real quick. Like, it's kind of a glaring issue with that map, in my opinion. It kind of degrades from it. Cafe is going to be our first S tier. I've always been fond of Cafe, especially when I was a Kapkan main, just because of how many doors and like windows there are. It's once again a pretty competitive map. I have so many strats on Cafe. Like, if you're going kitchen, run a Mira and run a Cade. It's the best thing you can do for yourself on that map. Run a Mira, run a Cade, put one Mira by like the entrance place, almost the entrance to the kitchen. That's from like the outside of the building, and then put one on the other side, which people like to breach through with the hatch above it. Run a Cade, and you can electrify both of those walls and the hatch. Yeah, it's just a really good strat in my opinion. It's just fun to play. Like, I can't name one site on that map that isn't fun to play. Because even when they're not fun to play, you can just play outside of the map, and it flows so well, and it's like, it's so small, but it's so big, you know what I'm saying? Like, it works really well. So Cafe is going to be S tier. Hereford, an unpopular opinion, I would say I like Hereford. I'm gonna put it at C though, because the basement sites are really fun to play, especially on defense. I like to run like Aruni, and me and my friends will run like Aruni, Cade, or run people with like shields and barbed wire and stuff, and you can kind of block yourself into a lot of corners and stuff and kind of keep yourself almost invincible, but not really. It's just really, really fun to play. And one thing about the map is that it feels like there's so many floors when there's not really, and that, I don't know, that just kind of adds something to it. Like I'm pretty sure there's 3 floors in the basement, or there's a basement and 2 floors, but like every floor feels different in some way, which I really like, especially the top floor. The top floor is really fun to play, and the bottom floor is really fun to play, but the 2 in the middle are just way too mediocre. You know, there's like that one tiny bedroom site, I think it is, that you can fuse into, but like I mean, other than that, it's just, they're just tiny. Like a lot of the sites are really small in the map, and on the 2 middle floors, it's just kind of boring to play, and it kind of gets a little bit like annoying to have to watch every corner ever. So yeah, I'm gonna go Canal. Oh, I don't like Canal. I'm gonna put Canal at E. Yeah, I mean, Canal, I used to really like the map, and you know, the bottom floors of both like sides of the map, because there's 2 sections, the bottom floors of both of those are pretty fun to play on. That one site that has the big closet, there's a lot of strats you can pull off there. Like it has like the control panel or whatever, but like, I mean, other than that, it's not fun to play in my opinion. Like there's just something about the map that's like, there's just not enough there for me to really like it. Like there's some place, like I said, like the bottom 2 floors are really fun to play, but other than that, it's like the rest of the map, I mean, other than like hiding in that one closet and like running Pulse with like C4 or whatever, there's just not a lot of reason to play that map. Outback's gonna be S tier. Everybody hates this map. I love this map. I don't know if I should put it above Cafe, but I really like it, because it would have been like B or C back in like Operation Steel Wave, and then I'm pretty sure they didn't have it at all in Neon Dawn, and I started to miss it. I was like, man, that map is a map that I got a lot, and I got a lot of playtime on. There's just a lot of creative sites, and I kind of missed playing it, so I'm glad it's back now. At least to my knowledge, they haven't taken it out since the new update, the mid-season patch, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, just the thing is, Outback, every section of that map is different. The upstairs is pretty similar to Garage on Clubhouse. I'm dumb. Garage on Clubhouse, which I like that site, so I like that site too. Right. Yeah, I mean, the upstairs is really fun to play, because like half of it's a garage with like a I don't even know what you call that area that's like next to the garage, but it like fits in with the garage, and the rest of it's like a disco room thing, and that's really cool. And then you go downstairs and you have that like kitchen area and like the hallways, and then like inside of the kitchen site you have like the little kitchen site that's like super easy to like fuse and just like kill everybody in there. And so as a fuse man, I like that. The upstairs, there's also the bedroom section, and like just like the bedroom livable section, and then you go downstairs and there's another like bedroom section. It's just, the entire map is different, and it really makes playing a blast. Like it really makes it like enjoyable to play, as opposed to like something like, you know, like I said, Hereford, the 2 middle sites are just so like bland, and they're so small, and I would almost say they feel repetitive. It's just, you walk around and you see brick walls, and you see really bad lighting, and that's how every site looks on that map. Like, and that's it. It's just the exact same thing. You feel like you're playing over and over and over again. You know, lots of halls, small rooms, and really bad lighting and brick. Outback, every single site is different, and you're going to need pretty much a different operator for every site to work, and it's really fun in my opinion. Every round it's different. It's never repetitive, so yeah, I really like that. Plane, what did I just do? Plane, man. Plane is fun on defense, and it's a nightmare on attack. It's fun casually, but it's just, this is the same thing I'm pretty sure SSG said, as where they were just like, Plane is fun to play, but it's just such a bad map, right? Like how you can go upstairs, like the very, very, very top with like a sledge or something and get all the hatches is fun, and playing defense on a couple of the sites is fun. But other than that, it's just boring, and it's just one long hallway. It's just one long line, and then a couple staircases, and I don't know. It's not my favorite, so I'm gonna put it down at E. You know, it's not bad on defense. It's not bad when you're playing from the top, but just thinking about it, you know, when you're not memeing around with your friends, if you're actually trying to be serious on that map, there's like it's not gonna happen. Oh, I love Skyscraper. Skyscraper is gonna go the highest A tier possible. I know it's not a big fan favorite, but I like it. You know, the thing about Skyscraper is it's not like Outback as where everything looks different, but every site feels different, right? And I just remember when a Rooney came out, playing upstairs with a Rooney was super fun because there's so many sites on that map that you need to reinforce, and you know, with a Rooney you might not even have to reinforce it all. You can just punch out holes and have a lot of have a lot of kill holes. It's just fun to play that map. Every site feels different, right? Like you have your upstairs like karaoke room, I'm pretty sure it's called, and like that site, and then you have like the bedroom downstairs where you like castle yourself in and then just unload on people. I mean, just every site feels different, and it's really, really fun. So I'm gonna put that at high A. Theme park's also grown on me. Theme park used to be like an E or a D. I'm gonna put theme park at C. I'll put it between. Oh man, you know, I'll put it. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll put Border last, then Hereford, then theme park, then coastline. Theme park. Once again, the sites feel different, but the map just feels so tiny. Like when you're upstairs, you have those like 2 rooms next to each other above like the lobby, and that feels like the general theme park area. And then you go back into kind of like the offices and like that kind of like rugged area, and that feels like another area. Then you go downstairs, and then you have the throne room area. Most of the sites feel different, and most of the map feels different, but you just kind of got like those sections of the map, and that's it. And that I don't really like playing on it when I'm in the mood to like Ash Rush and run around a map and just kill people, because then I walk into the building and it's super fun to play like a Mario on and stuff and like walk around the halls and kill people, but then it takes like 30 seconds and you've walked like the entire length of the building and you're like, oh, well, what do I do now? So yeah, kind of a weird explanation on that one, but it's not my favorite, but it has grown on me a lot. Tower, probably the most unpopular opinion on this, S tier. I am going to put Tower at S tier. I know, just kill me down in the comments. I guess I should say gaming, because I'll get demonetized for some reason. Tower's gonna be S tier for me, and the reason is it's not that every part of the map feels extremely different. It's that the map is like a maze, and I like it. Editing Caden here. I should say there was a map that I said felt like a maze, and I didn't like it. It's a little bit different because that map was tiny. Tower's pretty dang big, and the fact that kind of feels like a bit of a maze, but it's also a little bit more open. I like. So yeah, just making sure that was clear, because it sounded like I was contradicting myself a little too much there. Right, one of my favorite things in real life is when buildings, you just walk around and you just feel like you find new places every time you enter. And that's kind of what Tower gives me. It's you know, you have your typical like elevator drops and stuff and like those sites, and then you have the sites that are like the I guess it's a gift shop's not really a site, but like you have the gift shops, kind of like that general area. And then you have that one room. That one room is about the best explanation I can give, because I don't look at site names ever. Like, I've played this game for like almost 200 hours, which I know isn't a ton, but like I don't look at site names. I just don't care that much. But yeah, yeah. I mean, you go down to the levels under that, and you kind of have. I call it the fancy area. It's like. It's just fancier, you know. They got like the potted plants, and that's about as much information I can give, because their sites aren't extremely like, they're colorful, but they're kind of bland. But like I like them a lot. And the thing about that map is there's so many different places, and it feels so different, even though it's not really. Like running Oryx on that map especially. Right, just Oryx dash to the end of the map, hide behind one of those like circular balcony thingies, and then when enemies are trying to get into sight, you take them out. Especially with all the staircases and stuff, it's just there's so many different places you can play. I just love it. And obviously if it was a ranked game, I would hate the map with all of my heart and all of my soul because it would suck, except I don't play ranked. So yeah, Villa, I used to love Villa. Villa was when I first played unranked, when I first started getting competitive, at least a little bit in the game, like back when I not really first started, but back a while ago, I played Villa. I think it was most of the first time I ever played unranked. I think most of the times I played, I got Villa, and it was a blast to play that map just in a competitive setting. But since I don't really play in a competitive setting, it's not that fun in my opinion. The thing about Villa is that there's some creative sites in there, right? Like you have like the almost library room downstairs, and then you have upstairs, you have like the 2 balconies with the courtyard in the middle, and you can like shoot over those and stuff. And it is really fun to play the upstairs. In the basement, there's some cool things you can pull off, but like the basement just feels so compact. The upstairs is fun, I should say. Yeah, I would, if the entire map was like the upstairs, it would be like at B, but it's not. So yeah, Villa's just gonna be D, just right below the standard, because the top of the map, super fun to play. Everything else is just meh, you know. Yacht, I kind of like Yacht. I'm gonna put Yacht C tier. I'll put it above Border. I guess I just hate Border apparently. I'll put it above Border and Hereford. Yacht, it's a fun map to play on defense. It's kind of cool to play on attack just because there's a lot of unique sites. I feel like I'm saying the exact same thing for every map, but there are a lot of like unique sites that it's just fun to play. Like the difference between Villa and Yacht is that Villa has a lot of unique sites, but Yacht has a lot of unique sites that are fun to play, right? I mean pretty much the entire map. Like I don't think there's one game where I haven't roamed. Like pretty much you run around the entire map, or you sit in sight, I guess I should say. And there's like one site on the entire map where you like stay in sight, but all the other times you just roam around that level, and there's just like this weird flow to it, and I like it. I'm put it above Theme Park, honestly. I like Yacht a lot, but I shouldn't say I like Yacht a lot. I like Yacht more than those maps, but yeah, we're at our last one. It feels like this is going really fast because I've talked way too fast and I have not used proper grammar, but House is gonna go B tier. I've only ever played House a couple times, like Old House a couple times. It's when that event happened. Actually, I don't know, because I started in Steel Wave, like not too long ago. So yeah, I'm dumb. That was the season they reworked House. So yeah, reworked House. You can do G Wars or Grouch Wars, whatever you want to call it, but I don't find that very fun. You know, the bedroom sites are really fun to defend. It's just one of those maps that even though it's small, it feels like it's tiny little miniature maze that you can run around and you can like get kills every game. There is a strat that above like I guess where the front door would be, but it's not there because it's like gated off or whatever. There's like a big wooden wall above that. Just run someone with a shield and a shotgun, preferably smoke, right? Just knock that entire wall out with your shotgun pretty much. At least enough for you to see out of, and you can watch either, you know, like across from you, like the staircase and stuff from that site, or those sites, I guess. And then downstairs, if your team is in like the room with like the pool table or whatever, right? If that's where side is, or if you have teammates in kitchen, you can kind of watch the entire map from there, and then you can put up a deployable shield next to you and be protected from the window next to you. So got some fun strats on that, and yeah, just with that's gonna be this kind of scuffed, really fast video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't clicked off because you disagree with my correct but unpopular opinion, I rarely play ranked. I play most video games just for the fun of it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, Yeah, and I hope to see you in another video. Preferably go watch that tier list video if you want to see an opinion that you're most likely gonna hate. Yeah. I don't know how to do intros, and I definitely don't know how to do outros. I say thank you for watching like 7 times on average. Yeah, I feel like this has been really annoying. It's going to be a really hard video to edit because of how fast I talked, but yeah, see you guys in another one. Like and subscribe. I hate saying that like so much, but it actually like is proven that people actually do like subscribe to the channel if you remind them to. So yeah, do that, like, please.